Oh. Oh. Right, Charlie, we've been keeping the mailman busy again. It's not all railway related though. Well, lot one is some old style metal Hornby tension lock couplings. I got caught out on those last lot of wagons I bought. A couple of them needed replacement ones and I'd run out, so I'm now in a situation where I'm not going to run out. So I just bought 10 and then I was watching this as an auction and they were free post, so I could go a little bit more. So I bought these ones as well, because I always live by the mantra of better to have it and not need it than need it than not have it. Especially at 10 o'clock at night. Lot 2. 7 4th radius curves. I purchased a few a while back. I don't think I've quite got enough, and these sometimes go for a bit of a premium for some reason. I can't remember what these were, but they were cheap. I think they are used, but for some reason there's only 7, not 8. So they normally come in, obviously, to make a circle up, or two halves of an oval. I want them for a potential helix, so that there will be possibly a 4th radius on the inner, and an outer would be 5th radius flexi track, or if not, I've got plenty of 3rd radius and 4th radius. Well, 3rd radius to go on the inside and 4th on the outside. So I've got 2 options, because obviously with the American roll-in stock, if it does venture up a helix or down a helix, then it's going to need minimum 4th radius, I think, because some of the stock is a bit tight on 3rd radius, because that's only 21 inches, where I think the US is 22, so it's a little bit tight. Done a little bit of shopping at Alains Trains. Normally they are one of the retailers that sort of does the exhibition circuit, but they do have a website as well, and I sort of, but the stock on the website is not what they take to exhibitions, so there's not sort of a straightforward shopping basket. You email them, tell you what you want, and give them a ring the old-fashioned way sort of thing. So I was a bit dubious, because obviously I thought, well, this stuff's going to be out of stock because it's already sold at an exhibition stall, but they keep the stock separate. So I had a couple of the Will's Modern extensions. I bought one a while back, and the warehouse to make it bigger, which may be my post office depot. I had them for a £5, which was a bit of a bargain, so I bought a pair, because obviously you can add one each side and make it even better. And I've just done an order with TMC and ordered another one of the warehouses, which aren't cheap, but they don't seem to turn up second hand or unbuilt kits. So that could be a second industrial unit that's even larger than the first one. I'm looking at doing sort of like an industrial estate, some of which will obviously be low relief to save a bit of space, but I want to do 1 or 2 buildings that would be having rail sidings, one of them being the raw mail sorting. So obviously there'll be mail coming in and out via trucks and rail, so this could potentially be a new rail mail sorting office. A quick plug for them. As you can see, the old web address. So we also got a couple of packs of Bachmann figures. The track maintenance groups, I don't think I had this one. Obviously these are the sort of more modern-ish ones, where obviously they'd sort of fit in from the 90s onwards with the full high-vis gear. The earlier ones I've got, they just wore those little orange tabards that were pretty pointless, really. So obviously I'll be able to have maintenance of waymen covering the period of time, and this one is general construction workers, so they could be on a building site or digging up the road or whatever. The only one missing is the guy propping up the broom. Bit unfortunate, but yeah, I'm sure we'll find one of them somewhere. So they'll come in handy for another scene, and they were, I think, £8 each. Considering I think they're about 12 to 15 quid now, these figure sets. Well, end of the week nearly, and another parcel has arrived. Hermes up to their usual standards. At where are we? Harper's dated night. Camera's gone to black and white because it's dark outside and raining. Autumn is upon us already, I think. So, inside here is some more fair price models. Some more that'll need a little bit of TLC. I bought them on a bit of a whim because they were cheap, and they were another lot of buildings from the Mark, I think his name is, the YouTuber who's just given up New Model Railway. So I'd sort of hang out to try and buy some other bits, but didn't come to fruition. So we've got this today, and there's a few more bits inbound, I think, but they probably won't be here till next week now. So let's have a look and see if it's in one piece. Needs a little bit of work, that one. Maybe some new windows. One of those dodgy double glazers might end up getting the contract. So that's the first row. Then so as you can see, they're all basically the same model. They're a fair price kit. I think they're only about £3.69 to buy, so hence I didn't go a lot for these. Being they need a little bit of TLC anyway. Some of them are okay. Obviously they're card wrapped, and as you know, I'm not a fan of card for the reasons that are visible. They start to look a bit clothed, and admittedly these have obviously been took off a layout, so but yeah, they do give a nice bit of variance in the brickwork. That's easier to obviously, you know, cut out, stick on, and the job's done, isn't it, than having to hand paint it all with brick plasticard sheets or such like. But we'll see. They're not going to be high up on the priority list, but I mean, some all may or may not get used. For 16 quid for the lot, they were worth a punt. And obviously I could clean them up and do some back-to-backs if they're going to be on a side elevation or something, where you may be at one angle this way looking and seeing buildings, and utilising two low reliefs to make a hull one. So we'll have to... Ooh, that bloody dog pushing past me. Got no respect, these kids these days. So yeah, tiling doesn't look too bad, embossed card or whatever it is, but some of the roofs need sticking down. The backs, most will detach, which I don't mind because some of them may get illuminated or be put on a switching circuit to make lights go on and off randomly. Some of them have got some fairy light type things put in them, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see what creative juices flow and see what happens, whether we get a Corporation Street with Jack and Vera in number 1 or whatever. Don't get me started on that rubbish. Right, time to find a home for these, Brian. Well, what's in this last one? Not fully railway related, but its relevance is that it will be used for the manufacture of railway items, hopefully. So to go with my Elegoo Mars 3, I have now purchased a Mercury Plus wash and carrying station. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. I've seen the sort of Anycube ones that are monstrous, but obviously it's comparable with the Mars 3, which is obviously been superseded yet again by yet another printer. You just can't keep up with them. The resin and filament printers seem to advance and get bigger every 6 to 10 months, a bit like computers used to. So yeah, we bought this. It was on offer, and then I got another £15–18 off. So it put it on par with another one of lesser spec. This has got, I think, a 220mm capability in height. So obviously if I do go for a slightly larger printer and down the line, which is unlikely, it will accommodate larger prints. And my son has just jumped on the bandwagon because he's into Hot Wheels and 1/64 dioramas and things, so he's now been looking at getting one. So I've said he can have all my homemade wash station and my little curing box that I bought last year, to save him spending another £100+ on a washing thing. And obviously this one will take IPA or the water, depending on what resins you use. Which previously I couldn't use IPA because I'm not entirely sure the bucket would have been solvent resistant. And I already had one disaster with the resin pouring everywhere with the stupid funnel. So I didn't particularly fancy a melted bucket dropping IPA everywhere. So we bought this as well. So hopefully it's all intact. I'll take it and have a play with it at my leisure. But I think that's it for today's webisode.